let's let's do this. You know, these Steam Deck fans don't take no excuses. Okay, Chris, what you got for these Steam Deck fans? Talk. Hello, people. Good morning. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Hope your health and strength is good. What? On a Monday morning. All right. You know, yesterday I had to get some videos out yesterday that I had done, I had finished. And last night I tried to do some videos on the Steam Deck, but I was sleepy. But I got them done anyway. But they're already up. So yeah. Anyway, now what I got for you guys? Got another one for you. This article is from PCGamers.com. Says this. Oh, what's up? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, Steam Deck Legion, what's good? Steam Deck Mob, what's happening? We outside. In the Steam Deck Squad, what's up? Anyway, got this nice little article here. Says here, Steam OS 3.5 is almost here. Includes a fix for the Steam Deck Sneakiest performance bug. Oh, and by the way, I did a video earlier. I put up earlier about 20 minutes ago. Talks about the Linux 6.4 that improved the Steam Deck. Oh yeah, Steam Deck is getting a lot of updates. AMD and Valve is like this. anyway. Oops, let me get this here. All right, let's do this. Steam OS 3.5 is almost here. It includes a fix. Whoops. Make sure I got this here. Oh, I got you. All right. Now let's roll. Steam OS 3.5 is almost here. Includes a fix for the Steam Deck. Sneakiest performance bug. Steam OS includes a new Linux kernel graphics driver and a fix for a nasty SMT performance bug. Look at you Steam Deck fans, always getting your updates and always getting your deals. You know Sabrent got a deal on their SSD, so it's a 1 terabyte. It's a Sabrent 4.0. I think for $159. I did a video on that. I just put that up. But anyway, let's keep the ball moving here. It says here, when a new window update arrives, we tend to groan. Really, right now, what is this going to break? Do I really need it? Remind me later. A new version of the Linux kernel, on the other hand, always seems like a mini event in the open source community, promising exciting new features and performance improvement for many devices that run Linux. The kernel is the foundational build block of Linux that many distros like Ubuntu and Arch, then it says in parentheses, which Valve SteamOS is based on, close parentheses, turns into a fully fledged operating system. Says here, the Steam Deck will soon get to share in that new kernel day excitement, as Valve next big update, Steam OS 3.5, will be the first to upgrade the Linux kernel since launch. This means a bevy of good things for the Steam Deck owners, though most of them you likely won't even notice. Then it says here, Pierre Luc Griffier says, we recognize that without the option and everything that powerful about PC gaming, the Steam Deck is nothing. Anyway, so this update will really help. All right, let's go. Says here, updating the kernel means getting closer to the latest and greatest, with lots of good addition, performance fixes, and functional fixes that will improve all kinds of aspect of the system. Valve Pierre Luc Griffius told PC Gamers, in terms of the core functionality and running games and the perf, these kinds of fixes at the point are mostly out of the way, so you can expect anything transformative there. Then he says here, that summary comes with a caveat though. Valve does have significant performance fix for the Steam Deck in SteamOS 3.5. The Steam Deck processor supports a common modern feature called SMT, a simultaneous multi-threading. You may be more familiar with the internal name for it, which is hyper-threading. Simply put, SMT is the ability to run two threads in a single CPU core. It should be an across-the-board performance improvement, but an obscure issue in the Linux kernel that the Steam Deck shipped with meant that in some case it's actually caused a performance hit. Then it says here, there used to be, whoops, let me catch this here. Whoops, I'll come back here. Said there used to be a hardcore behavior in the Linux kernel on the AMD side, where if a core goes to sleep, it invalidates its cache, because by the time it wakes up, the cache might not be valid, says Griffius. It turns out that when you have two threads on the same core, and one thread is still working on something, and the second SMT thread goes to sleep, it throws away its cache using the same logic. So the thread that's running suddenly loses its L3 cache. In terms of CPU, that's really bad. It has to kind of reach everything from memory. Lots of latency, basically a bubby in computing, and your frame rate time goes to can't say that. So that's what's happening. AMD found and fixed the issue before Valve even identified a problem. In fact, that was how the Steam OS developer figured out what was going on. With the kernel update, they will finally be able to roll it out to users. Then let me keep going here. Keep the ball moving here. It says here the problem mostly rear its head in older games and affect emulators that weren't built in for modern multi-threading. If you've seen a major stutter or strangely low frame rates on older game, SMT was the likely culprit. Depending on what you play on the deck, you may not even notice a change. Some Steam Deck owners did notice the problem though, and start using a plugin called Power Tools to disable SMT. Griffius mentioned that there were calls for Valve to integrate that feature in Steam OS, but that wasn't the route they wanted to take. We need to fix the bug that making people have to deal with this, instead of adding a setting that's super counterintuitive that people shouldn't have to disable, he said. It's supposed to be improving perf across the board. So we want to look at the actual root cause of the issue, as opposed to adding options that are possibly counterintuitive and hard for people to use, especially if they're already a mod. Let people do that in the meantime. Then he said, Griffius praised some of the plugins that Steam Deck thinkers have developed, but the way he went on to describe Valve's approach to the SMT issue highlights the tricky balance the deck has to strike, unlike any other game console. We're always straddling the line. Are we this very complex power user product, or are we just this very appliance-like product? That's actually a really easy way to get into PC gaming, he said. We recognize without the option and everything that power about PC gaming, the Steam Deck is nothing. It represents PC gaming, but there's a lot of value in having that appliance-like experience. So we always trying to represent both and to make sure that everyone has access to both. We didn't want to be in a situation where people have to go turn off some setting for things to perform well. We just want to get that out the way. Based on the internal testing, Griffius believes that SteamOS 3.5 update should make it so that there's no longer any need to disable SMT, though they'll need data from the public release to be sure the bug squashes for good. Then it says SteamOS 3.5 also includes a new graphics driver, though Valve made a point of fast tracking one part of the update into 3.4.6 release on March 13th. supporting the Resident Evil 4 remake. Once 3.5 arrives, it will be in testing on the Steam Deck preview channel until it's ready for stable release. And that is the end of the article. So, Valve has been busy updating the Steam Deck and making sure that, users, gamers and players have a great experience with the Steam Deck. And they were addressing the SMT issue with the Steam Deck, and AMD got to it first, but then Valve got around to it. So Valve and AMD are working in unison together, to make this to make the Steam Deck, perform well. So they have been busy, man. And by the looks of this article, they were addressing a problem that the Steam Deck was dealing with. AMD went first, and then Valve got to it. So they're on it, man. And then the update now, when 3.5 gets here, which they're working on, it's gonna make the Steam Deck experience even better. So yeah. And they did say the Steam Deck is a part of the PC family. So you know how PCs are. When issues come up, how developers go about addressing the issue, and that's what they did here. So yeah. So far so good, man. The ship is steady sailing, man, and Valve is on it. AMD is on it too. So yeah, and all those manufacturers that has a component in the Steam Deck, they're on it too. So yeah, they're all working together, man. So good to see that they addressed the issue that was at hand, and they got to it. So yeah, nice article too. I got through it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this. This improved. This was all about improving the performance of the Steam Deck, and this article, addressed it. So yeah, Valve, AMD, oh yeah. 3.5 is coming. Then there's FSR 3. That's in the works. They are busy, man. And the Steam Deck gamers, they love it. They're like, keep going, Valve, keep going. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek, for Dark Side. Go. Peace.